Hey guys, it's me Jake from JakeMan21642. This is the first video I'm filming here with my iPhone 5S, and it's of my 1971 Volkswagen Beetle Convertible. This car is back on the road now. As you can see, it is a beautiful late winter 75-degree Virginia day. It's actually cooled off to about 60 now, but I've had this car out all day. As you can see, I detailed it. This is just going to be a general update video and tour. I'm not going to do a test drive just because the sun is literally setting and I really want to get my GoPro and do an actual good test drive. But as you can see, top down, I am wearing long sleeves, but top down, beautiful day here. And for those of you who don't know, this is my other car. My main car is my 1994 Saturn SL2. That's what you found my channel from. That's my daily driver. And then this is my other car, my 1971 Volkswagen Beetle Convertible. This was my first car. I will make a video about the history of the car, the backstory and everything, but quick backstory is it's just been passed down through the family. It was my mom's daily driver up until 2007. The car is not perfect by any means because it was a daily driver for almost 35 years. It has 362,000 miles, so for the mileage, it's actually not bad looking. And that's basically it. I had the Saturn by the time I got my license, but I've been driving this on and off. Typical old car, there's always something it needs. I just 2 weeks ago dropped about $400 and had a brand new clutch put in it. The parts were about $140 and labor was about $375, or $275 actually. So it is a completely different car with a new clutch. It's scary actually, but this is such just an awesome car. Throw the top down, have fun. I mean, last night I was cruising down Broad Street, the main drag here in the city, top down, friends in the car, music on, and it was just great. I love this car. You can get, I mean, you can love even silly old cars like this. I guess I'll give you guys a little tour. As you can see, I did wax it today. I mean, the car does have rust and some surface rust in some typical spots. And on the bumpers, this bumper's a little dented from where I hit a trash can. My buffer did this to the car one time. This is cracked. I mean, there's little things here and there. I need to order this new assembly. These are like $17 each. Both of these lights, these rings, I need to order. I mean, typical stuff, but it was a Florida car, because most of these on the East Coast have just rusted out. So, I mean, it's got your little here and there, but otherwise, it's pretty solid. The wheels, this is the worst one when it comes to that. I have all the supplies I need to paint them, just make them silver again. I just haven't gotten a chance to. You can see my skinny little tires. The wheels, I had to scrub the tires so much to get them to stop being gray after it's just been sitting for so long. I've been driving it actually for the last 2 weeks, because right as I was getting things done to it, there were a few things I needed to get done to the Saturn. So I've been daily driving this a lot lately, and it was filthy, but I also have been taking it to car meets lately. I've taken it to 3 car meets so far, and people love it. I mean, I'll be like, you know, she's not perfect, but people love it. And one woman told me, she was like, you know, all the marks, she was like, they're beauty marks. She goes, the car has history. But as you can see, this tire's the worst. I do park it behind my house, so I have to drive down the alley, and the tires get dusty when I drive down the alley. As you can see coming around the back, I did put this on there about a year ago. Just 1600cc. It had the Volkswagen emblem, but it was broken off, so I just went ahead and put that on. It does have a rebuilt at around 320,000 miles. This is actually an engine transplanted from a 73, but it is the standard 1600cc 65 horsepower engine. You can see your dual exhaust tips. That's the thing about this car, was my mom had the engine rebuilt and she put 4 brand new tires on it, and then she bought a new car a year later. As you can see, this tire's dusty too. It's just, that's part of living in the city. Your cars are never clean. Do have the running boards. As you can see, they're actually in pretty good shape. A little bit more rust back there, but overall it's solid. There's your gas cap right there. The hood, the release is somewhat broken, so I'm not going to open it in this video just because it's kind of complicated, but normally you would press there. Instead, you just have to pull this and it releases. But as I mentioned, the parking lights, headlights, everything works fine. You can see your tiny little windshield with your even tinier little windshield wipers. And these are motorized windshield wipers. They're not vacuum actuated, so they actually do work. You have your little vents, or smoker's windows as people call them. As you can see, I am missing a mirror. I'm about to order a new one, 30 bucks. First day I ever drove the car to school, mirror fell off. Fell off on the highway, shattered against someone's Ford Taurus. They didn't stop, so I didn't stop. Stepping inside, you can see I did replace the door panels about a year and a half ago. Actually, probably about 2.5 years ago, because the old ones had holes cut in them for speakers. And I mean, you can see, these are thin. So speakers, all speakers do in these cars, is just rip your door panels apart. So I replaced these. The speakers are up under the seats. It's actually got a nice cushy little armrest. You can see your door handle there, pocket. Window cranks, I did replace the 2 front window cranks because one broke with these nice metal ones. These are what the originals look like. This does have a seat cover on it because the seat's just in awful shape, so I put this one here. As you can see, the passenger seat's in nice shape. See the back seat. I did take this out of my friend's car. He didn't need it anymore, so I keep this back here to keep things in. It's got my Beats pill in it, but just have some cup holders and other storage. This does lock, but it doesn't. You can see you do have ashtrays. That one's got some butts in it. Sweet. You can see you do have window cranks in the rear. You can see your back seat. Back seat's in fine shape. I just put this blanket over it because I like the way it looks. You can see your little storage compartment, and this is actually more handy than you would think. The fact that this folds down. Getting a weird look from a cop. But back here, you do have the subwoofer, which currently doesn't work. There's a pillow. There are these things that they sell at every single store at the beach. There's about 8 more of these in the trunk. Your little mats for on the beach. There is a Cypress Hill CD. This is not mine. This is from when my mom drove the car. Some Duracell batteries, a toy car, an Enterprise Rent-A-Truck mug. This is fun because I haven't been back here in forever. We have tweezers. We have another CD, which is Superstars of Country. So yeah, that's like all my mom's stuff from when she drove the car. As I mentioned, there's the back seat. This is actually a funny story. This was my parents let my grandfather borrow the car in about 1994, and they got it back with this on the seat. We have tried paint remover. We have tried just about everything. I've literally taken a Sharpie and colored over it, and this white paint just keeps coming back. We don't know what it is. We think that's him like haunting us from the grave. Up front, as you can see, it does have the original Happy Beetle floor mats. They are absolutely gross looking, but they're original. I can't bring myself to get new ones or throw them away because I just love my original ones. You can see the parking brake. I wrapped it in this colorful tape because it's less boring. You have your heater controls right here, air freshener, your seat belts. Go ahead and start it up. The ignition cylinder is finicky. Usually I can get it on the first try, but now since I'm on video, I probably won't. I lied. Starts right up. No power steering, as I mentioned. I'll do a full Torn review. I'm just kind of doing an overview now. Horn. Love that. Put your turn signal here. When you have your lights on, pull for high beams. Simple gauge cluster. As you can see, 362,000 miles. Does go up to 90. I have gotten the car up to 90. You do have your vent controls here. Your hazards. Ashtray, which is really rusty. And as you can see, your shift pattern is on the ashtray. I do have my Pioneer stereo, which I installed, had put in it. And as I mentioned, the speakers are up under the seats. You have your blower controls right there for the defrost, your battery light, windshield wiper controls, headlights. Glove box, as I mentioned, does have a hole in it because back when my mom was driving the car, they somehow had the trunk open and locked the keys in the glove box because the lock cylinder broke. So they had to cut through with a steak knife to get their keys out. You have your handle right here, rear view mirror, which is kind of useless when you have the top down. You do have your very sun-baked visors. So as I mentioned, the car was a daily driver for so long. It's just not in perfect shape, but it runs and drives so excellent. Let's have a 4-speed manual. I love the gearbox in this car. This is a real gearbox right here. No electro DSG paddle shifting CVT junk. You get a 4-speed manual with unsynchronized first gear, which means it won't go into first gear until you're at a complete stop. Go ahead and check out the back. Show you the engine. As I mentioned, it's the 1600cc, the 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, producing 65 horsepower. Absolutely beautiful. So as I mentioned, there will be a lot more videos on this car, but I felt like this was in order just to show you guys what's up. Also right here, there is the Karmann badge right on the side, which indicates it was built in the Karmann factory in Wolfsburg, Germany. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. Plenty more Beetle videos on the way. I will be doing a test drive with my GoPro soon. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.